Let's talk about self-blame. Are you guys ready? This is intense. This is toxic. As we're practicing becoming more self-aware, to 2023, we're practicing being more self-aware. This is going to help us as a leader. We're going to have more emotional intelligence. We're not going to have our emotions go out in front of us. We're going to be able to think, not just be like a Spock where we're all logical. Of course, we're going to have those emotions, and we want to embrace those, not suppress them. But I want to talk about self-blame and how toxic it is. Two ways that this happens. Either we do, there's toxic ways where we do this. Either we do self-blame and we blame ourselves with anything that happens, or we just constantly can't even blame ourselves, so we just play victim and blame others. So let's talk about self-blame first. When you blame yourself, you are literally telling yourself that you are not good enough. And this happens all the time. I've talked about upper limit problems, ULPs. Usually this happens when something good is happening in your life, and the thermostat, we like it at that 72 degrees comfort in our life. When things start going really, really well, we have to bring that notch down. We can't handle that much love, abundance, and success. So what we have to do is we blame ourselves, saying we're not good enough, so we can bring life down a little bit more to our comfort zone instead of push past and have more love, abundance, and success. So when you have self-blame, it's super toxic because it's this way. It's, oh, okay, this didn't work right. I was the leader, so I'm going to blame myself because I'm a piece of shit and I really don't know how to be a leader and I screwed up this, and this, and, this person hates me and I can't, I tried this and then this blew up on me and then we lost this and the revenue's gone and blah, 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 blah. Does any of that talk, that self-blaming talk, does any of that help the problem, the situation, the challenge? No. Does it help you to be motivated and disciplined to be able to handle that challenge? I don't like to say problem, I like to say challenge. Because challenge we can handle, right? Problems seem kind of, if this is just a challenge, I can work hard and beat the challenge. So if I'm blaming myself, it gives me an excuse that's out, because then I can say I'm just not good enough and then go back to being mediocre and not going to that next level. And some of you, this is happening all the time. You self-blame your way back to down to that comfort zone when you had love, just when you got a little bit of success, just when you got a little bit of abundance, you're like, no, I can't handle this. I got to knock myself down. We saw this. Remember Christian Bale, the whole story with him, his mom and all that stuff? He's going to, get awards and all that stuff. And then the night before, he gets arrested in this big, huge thing. People do this all the time. People cannot handle love, abundance, and success. So when they can't handle it, they self-destruct. And usually that starts through, I'm not good enough. It starts through self-blame. Are they blaming others? Either or. Let's talk about blaming others. That's you not taking responsibility. So you're going to either take too much responsibility in the sense of not taking responsibility, but I'm talking about just blaming yourself and having this self-blame, this toxic self-blame over and over again. Or you're not going to take responsibility at all. Be the victim. This is the other easy way out. See the two roads here? And say, well, I would have had love if it wasn't for Chad. It's a funny name, right? Or Karen. We'll use those two funny names. So Chad or Karen screwed me over. I would have been successful. I would have had love. I would have had abundance. And you can do that all through your life. You can just blame another person to keep you in that comfort zone so that you don't have to take responsibility because you're just a victim in everything. See how important this is? So if you have a tendency to blame others and play the victim, here's what you need to do. You have to say, hey, I'm blaming others because I'm having an upper limit problem. A ULP. I have a ULP right now. That's what I call it. Oh, I'm having ULP. I'm not feeling good enough. So I have to knock the thermostat. I got to get the temperature. I can't handle it at 76. I got to get it back down to 72. Too much love here. Oh, my God. My husband, my wife, my partner, it's saying good things about me and snuggling with me and tells me how much they love me. I can't handle that, so I got to say something sarcastic and mean. See how that happens? Or I just got way too much success. Oh, my God, this happened. So, I've got to find something to be critical about. I always got to be critical about myself or others. I need to judge. If I can't judge myself, I'm going to judge someone else. See how this happens? And that's when it becomes toxic, when you become the judge. And this little critic, Eckhart Tolle talks about this, is having this little like critic. And I always picture the old cartoons where there's like a devil and an angel on each shoulder. It's kind of the same thing. That little devil, the little devil sitting there, the little cartoon devil sitting there, and that's the judge. Oh, you're not good enough. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, this is going to be impossible. Oh, you would have done good if it wasn't for this, and this person, and this circumstance. That devil loves to be able to do that. And it's just your ego wanting you to have comfort. That's all it is. The ego wants you to be comfortable to the point of it will kill you. Your ego will kill you. Your ego wants you to have fast food. It wants you to sit around all day. It doesn't want you to work. It wants you to hide, watch Netflix, don't talk to anybody. Like, you would literally die if you just followed your ego consistently. In everything, you would have no friends. You would have no work. You would have no money. You would have no life at all. We have life when we punch through these upper limits. And it's a good thing when you have a ULP, when you have an upper limit problem, like I'm not good enough, and you begin to play these little self-blames, you got to be like, ha, I'm on a new level. This is interesting. I'm just trying to bring myself back down. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Here's what I'm going to do. Oh, my partner said something great about me. I'm going to respond back with something great too. And it may feel cringy because I'm so used to being sarcastic and mean, and I'm so used to saying something belittling about myself. But I'm going to say something good about myself, and I'm going to say something good about the partner, and I'm going to say something good about our relationship. I'm going to break the patterns. So I encourage you guys, it's toxic, self-blame, or blaming others. It's just ego judge. You can eliminate it by becoming aware and understanding what it is and just calling it a ULP, upper limit problem. And that in and of itself will take care of it. When you call it out, it loses its power. You shine the light on it, it goes away. So recognize it's a ULP. I'm not good enough. Recognize the blame. Take responsibility. Handle the situation. Recognize that you're at an upper limit, which is great. That means you're having success. It's not a bad thing. You're having success. And handle it.
Thank you for joining us on the Albuquerque Business Podcast. And thanks to our sponsor, RigbyDigital.com. Make sure to subscribe and share. And go to abqpodcast.com. Get show notes, resources, and links to everything we talked about today to help you navigate your journey as an entrepreneur and business owner.